All right. Good morning, everyone. This is very different to be in a new sort of container having a discussion. I'm super excited, and I just wanted to start by just a moment of gratitude for all of you. I know that weekends are busy, your family time is precious, and I just wanted to thank you for just having that little spark and wanting to get on and having a listen. And I really value your time. So we're going to try and keep things, to a reasonable time. But I know that you guys have been curious about what's happening. And just first of all, thank you. Thank you for the love and all the support and all of those things. I'm so grateful for all of you, and kind of welcome. This is weird. This is different for sure. This is a big change. And for a lot of you, it was very fast. But I wanted to just take a moment to take a breath and let you guys know a little bit about how I came to this decision. So, it's been some ups and some downs, and it's been a bit of a struggle bus for the last little bit. And you guys know that I've invested heavily in some coaching and some really strong leadership to try and, really keep our team in momentum, grow all of the things. And it's been a challenge, right? And I think it speaks volumes, the leadership that we've had coming to have a listen, feeling that pull of, if I'm struggling a little bit, my team might be as well. And I just want to congratulate you just for being curious and taking that step as a leader to kind of take a look. And this was very, very hard, right? To come to a decision like this. It was not made lightly. And I just wanted to remind you guys of those points that I talked about why this decision was made and why I decided to come here, right? So in my post, I talked about the success for the average person coming in. I talked about compensation plan, right? I talked about customer retention, and I talked about maximum potential for growth. Okay. I want you to just keep those things in mind as we listen to these ladies, because I'm going to turn it over. I think you guys are going to love them. I'm really excited to introduce you guys to both Kristen Adams, who is the one she's always looking beautiful with her lipstick, which would be my direct upline here at Bella Vita, as well as Mary Amoido, and her husband Richard may join us. I'm not sure, but she is the global master distributor of Bella Vita. And when I made this decision, it was a very strategic partnership in terms of where I'm looking for leadership that can take us where we need to go. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to you, Mary, because you are amazing and I know they'll want to meet you. So thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming on. I know sometimes looking at a new company can be daunting. Trying to figure out what you've got to focus on is daunting. Deanna's done a very thorough job of looking at companies. So just know that she has definitely done her due diligence. Just to give you, so Richard and I work together as the global master distributor. You're going to see him coming in and out if you decide to make this your home. But just to give you a little bit of background about us, Richard is a serial entrepreneur. He's lifelong entrepreneur. I started my career as an engineer, loved being an engineer, but wanted some freedom and flexibility. To be with our kids more. And we were in and out of different businesses, landed in the mortgage industry, which I absolutely hated. And then 17 years ago, somebody introduced us to this incredible profession. And it completely changed our lives. We were with that company 13 and a half years. We made millions of dollars. We had a chance to live overseas in Japan for 18 months, fell in love with that. But unfortunately, towards the end of those years, it just got harder and harder to make money. Our people weren't winning. People were struggling. People who had quit their jobs were going back to work. It was just not fun anymore. And so we decided at the end of 2018, when we came back to America from Japan, that it was time for us to find a new company.
One of the things that happened early on in our career is we met a gentleman called Costagera, who happens to be the CEO of this company. Met him through a friend of a friend and just quickly kind of fell in love with him because he had just great charisma and he was very successful. He was building another company. He was a master distributor, and just started getting mentoring from him. He made no money off us, not a dime. And over that period of time from 2008, we just built a relationship. So when 2019 rolled around and we said, hey, we're looking for a new home. Can you help us? And he was in retirement. So he made introductions for us. We spent the whole year looking at different companies, came close on a couple of them, but just couldn't get all the boxes checked with, leadership or quality product or service. trust in the capital structure to keep the company going and afloat, the infrastructure, technology, and we just couldn't get them all check off. And we got to the end there in December of 19 and said, well, you know what, this is pretty frustrating. Let's see what 2020 brings. And probably needed to say something different than let's see what 2020 brings, because we all know what 2020 brought. So you need to be a little bit more specific in your goals. But by mid-February, Costa reached out and he said, hey, I'm coming out of retirement. I'm going to launch this company called Bella Vita, and this is what we're going to do. And I said, sign us up. He says, we don't have a website yet. But anyway, very quickly, Mary and I resigned from our company at March 26th, resigned from all future commissions. And then we launched this company on May 5th. And since then, we've opened up 32 countries, and we could not be more proud or grateful of the results that have happened thus far.
You know, we were pretty specific on what we were looking for, the number one thing being leadership, because we know all things rise and fall on leadership. We wanted leaders that had experience in our profession, but also had experience in running multi-million, multi-billion-dollar corporations with a great track record and a great reputation. So we know lots of people with great track records in this profession that don't have a great reputation. And we wanted that because that was super important to us. So when Costa, so let me just share with you my screen real quick. So Costa, can everybody see my screen? Yeah, okay. So Costa is the gentleman on the left, and he is our dear friend. We've known him now 14 years. And then he brought on board Jeff Mack, the gentleman on the right, who is our president and co-founder. And Jeff and Costa combined have over 60 years of experience in this incredible profession. And most of those years, they've been full-time field reps. So they understand what drives and what accelerates growth. They've been really, really incredible in working with us in the field and really growing the business. And they've both been company owners. They've both been consultants and vendors to the field. So they're really unique in that they've seen all facets of this industry. And when we started our company, we started 100% debt-free, which is unheard of in this profession. And within 3 months, we were already not just debt-free, but profitable. And then everything we do that in our company is done in-house, which is really, really important. So our distribution, manufacturing, logistics, call center, our IT department, manufacturing, video production, social media, all that's done in-house. And why that's important for us and why it should be important for you is it makes it super fast and agile at making adjustments and pivoting when we need to, especially as a baby startup company. Now, Costa has had this infrastructure for over a decade. He was a vendor to the industry. So when he started Bella Vita, all he did was transfer those employees into Bella Vita. So what was really amazing for us is we've been involved in a lot of startups. Richard's an entrepreneur, so lots of startup opportunities in our past. And it always took a long time for companies to gel, like just to get a good working relationship. But because everybody had already been working for Costa for almost a decade, the gelling was already there. It was already enmeshed, which was really amazing. Now, when we were looking at companies and products, anything you want to add about that? Okay. So when we were looking at products, we knew we wanted to go into health and wellness. We came from electricity and natural gas. So we didn't know this was a whole new paradigm for us. But Costa had always talked about you need to go into health and wellness because it's a consumable product that people consume every single month. Once someone falls in love with this product, they will not go without it. And when you make those life-changing differences for people, it is really, really miraculous. And the first product that we launched, and so we knew we didn't want a pill, we didn't want a powder, we didn't want a shake, we didn't want a CBD. We didn't really know what we wanted. We just knew what we didn't want. We didn't want to compete with all those hundreds of companies out there. So this first product that we launched with is this one right here. It's called Brain Reimagine. And it's in a classification of supplements called nootropics. And nootropics are mental clarity supplements. But what makes our products really different and distinct is the delivery system. So we call these snaps, and you can tell it's not a pill, it's not a powder. It's super sleek and slender. It's about the size of the palm of my hand. And why we call them snaps is how you take it is you literally take it, you snap it in half, and this little slit opens up on the edge, and you just squeeze the contents directly into your mouth. There's no mixing, there's no pills, there's no powders. When you snap this in your mouth, whether it's in public or on social media, people lean in like, what are they doing? What is that? And what I love about our products is everything is stacked, which means there's multiple benefits. So the first thing you're going to see is a great clean energy. You're just going to notice you're alive, you're awake. And then the second thing you experience in the beta stage is the mood enhancer. A lot of people have noticed that the blues that they've experienced, the anxiousness that's been going on over the last couple of years with what's happening in the world, that starts to dissipate. Parents are noticing, I am so much more patient with my kids, which we could all use that. And then when that mental clarity component kicks in, you just notice you're firing on all cylinders. And if you look at the bottom of the slide, you can see it's a super clean product. It's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it's vegan, it's keto-friendly, dairy-free, and manufactured in a good manufacturing processes facility.
Our second product we rolled out with is Zleam. Now, Zleam is our sleep and detox. And the first component of that is sleep, because that's really what we were trying to accomplish, because Costa really wanted to have a solution for himself personally. But we knew that 75% or 70% of all Americans are on some kind of sleep aid, most of that synthetic. So we wanted to come up with a natural solution for people. But then we were also telling Jeff and Costa, hey, listen, we need something where we can have some really good before and after pictures. And so Jeff went to work and we came up with the detox and the slimming portion of it, because we added a special ingredient inside of this, which is called MitoBurn. And MitoBurn is designed to go after stored fat and convert it to good fat so your body can burn that for fuel. So really what we're trying to accomplish here is literally losing weight while you sleep, right? Losing inflammation, losing actual weight, burning calories while you sleep. And that's what this product has done very, very effectively. We've seen people produce incredible results. It's our #1 seller for good reason, but it actually really does work. But when you first take it, just like all of our products, you're going to notice something that happens within really minutes. I mean, 15, 20 minutes. I took my Zleam last night, and within 20 minutes, my eyelids were falling and I went straight to bed. So you are going to notice you're going to go to sleep. You're not going to work and finish another project in the house. Now, we've also, again, you can see by the certs at the bottom, we've made it non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, keto-friendly, as well as dairy-free. We really do put a lot of emphasis in making sure that the products are good for you.
Yeah. And then a few months ago, we launched this product. This is one of my favorites. This is called Youth. This is our time reverser product. It's a collagen product. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been on collagen for many, 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 many years. I've tried all sorts of collagen, the retail powdered ones that you get at the grocery store. I've tried really expensive ones that are liquid that you have to refrigerate. And I can tell you both my nail tech and my hairstylist are wondering what in the world's going on. But with our product, we didn't want you just to look younger. We want you to feel younger too. So we added an ingredient in it called S7, which is a nitric oxide booster. And it's going to increase oxygen to your blood, which is going to help increase stamina for any kind of physical activity. My sister is 55. She's a marathon runner. She swears on this for her marathons. And then we also added an ingredient in it called NMN, and that helps with muscle performance. So you're just going to notice that you're leaning up, you're having increased muscle definition. I mean, I have people that work out regularly, they add this to it and they're like, holy cow, I cannot believe how fit I look and feel just by adding this product. Now, it's also a super clean product, but unfortunately, because it is a collagen, a bovine collagen, is the only product that we have right now that's not vegan.
And then our newest product, which we rolled out in January, is Plus. Plus Thermo is part of a beverage additive line, but Thermo is the first of that line, and it is a coffee creamer, but it is really designed as a fat-burning, appetite suppressant creamer. It's really designed to not have you use your fake coffee, right? Because there's a lot of companies out there that have come up with, tear it open, put it in some hot water, and convince yourself that it's your new favorite cup of coffee. We wanted you to have your favorite cup of coffee at home or in the drive-thru, whatever it is you do, but we want you to put this in your first cup of coffee to really start your morning off with a boost of energy, as well as starting to get the thermogenics going on in the body. And then you'll notice the appetite suppressant. Like myself, I work from home for quite some time now. I'm a huge snacker, so I do need something to help me from not snacking on everything, because I will. And this actually does that. So from the appetite suppressant to the thermogenics, what you're going to notice is that you're going to have great energy, as well as you're going to be reducing some of those calories that you probably don't need to be having.
So a lot of times people ask us about our future product line. So we are a biohacking company. We're going to focus all on health and wellness. anytime we add a supplement, it's going to be a stacked supplement. But the main thing is we're never going to be a catalog company. We're never going to have 100 products. We're going to stick to a core group of products. Two reasons for that. One, when you've got a lot of products, the field is very confused. The field is very confused. The new member, especially, they don't know where to start. They don't know where to begin. They feel like I've got to understand all this stuff. And we don't do that here. And then the second thing is a lot of times companies have these catalog products because most company owners don't have the experience Jeff and Costa have. They've never actually built a team and created momentum. So when their sales get stagnant, an easy way to create some artificial momentum is to add a new product. And so that new product gets sold to all their current customers and members. And then their sales increase, but their actual footprint never increases. So we're going to really stick to what we do best, which is really these biohacking products, and all of it is all formulated. We didn't white label something. We didn't take something off the shelf, redesign it a little bit and make it our own. But I want to introduce Kristen Adams at this time. She is Deanna's personal sponsor, and I remember when she came on board. She's a nurse practitioner, and she had all the questions about all the products. And she grilled Jeff for I don't know how long, because Jeff really is, even though he's the president, he's very instrumental in really formulating our products because he understands ingredients. He's a health and wellness guy. If you look on his posts, he's always working out. He really takes great care of his body. And so I just want Kristen to share a little bit about her experience on the products, as well as, what she loved about it when she was looking for companies.
Well, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me share, Mary. I loved how you described the products. I am a green red personality. So for those of you who are in network marketing, I love all the facts that she shared. And one of the things that I loved about these snaps was the convenience of them. As a nurse practitioner, I would tell people to go pick up this supplement, or I'd tell them to go get this medication. If it wasn't easy, even though as a doctor, I was making a suggestion for them, they wouldn't necessarily take it. Compliance was always a really hard thing. And for me personally, compliance was a hard thing. I didn't like having to take a whole bunch of pills in the morning, a whole bunch of pills at night. And so when I was open to taking a look at new companies and I saw how simple this was, you guys, you can take this in less than 10 seconds and you're done for the day. And it's instant impact. One of my biggest struggles is my patience. Go figure. I'm a red, green, know-it-all kind of person, firstborn child, all the things. And so patience doesn't come intrinsically for me. But when I take this, not only do I have great energy and I have great mood, my patience increases, and it's really easy for me to remember to take it. And if we're selling something that we want people to love and enjoy and use and order month after month after month, not having to go out and go re-find customers every month, I knew that this was going to be a product that would help me build a large business. But I also wanted them to be clean. I had a list of about 25 no ingredients that are legal in the States and other countries that were below the bar for me. And this company passed that. I grilled him on where they came from. I grilled him on how effective they were, if the amount in it was enough. And if he didn't have the answer for me, he went and found the answer for me within 24 hours. And I have to say there were absolutely no red flags on these products. And that was the first company out of 30 health and wellness companies that I looked at that were all like flying through the ranks, all the ones that you guys have been hearing about that did not have a single red flag. And that was really important. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Mary.
Yes, actually, I want Deanna to share a little bit about her product experience, especially with Scott too. I just love that this product sells themselves. So Deanna.
That's too funny. So I just unmuted myself. I'm like, okay, because I feel like there is a key component to this. And just so you guys know, like I did not set out to be in health and wellness, but my mind has really been opened in terms of just research and what the network marketing profession shows about health and wellness. I said, no, ask these guys. I was like, I'm not doing this. I sell leggings. I have fun. I'm not doing it. So, I mean, it spoke volumes to me. So I ended up like, you name the company, I probably have the product here right now. It's been a really long journey, but what impressed me though is so Velavita, I'm going to jump ahead with that, but I mean, it's global free shipping. And when they said this to me, I mean, yeah, right. We're in Canada, the whole shebang, right? So they were the last to send me the products because I had never heard of Velavita, which is part of the amazing part. They were the first to arrive. And when they did, we've tried everything, right? And so that's always been my issue. Like, I don't want to be selling something that's vanilla either, or like a Me Too product, we call it, right? So when the snaps arrived, like we were extremely skeptical. Like it was just a matter of, okay, yeah, whatever, we'll try this thing. I'm just being totally honest. So this is the first thing too, that my husband, you guys know him, Scott, he's not really hands off. You don't see him in our business, but it was really, really exciting to me to see him go, okay, Deanna, like, I don't know about you. I said nothing. And he went to work for those 4 days and said, like, out of the blue, that, you know, he was able to finish his work by 1:15 p.m. He was totally focused, like just felt different. And I thought, there's no way, because you guys know my story and my journey with ADHD. I was an OT, right? So I worked with people with severe brain injuries. And so both that product, it's not about the weight loss for me. I want to be clear on that. That brain product, Scott had already said to me, I don't care what you do. I don't know what company you go with, but I need to keep taking that. And I felt the exact same way. And so I was like, there's no way. So I want to be really clear about my heart journey in that. Like I was super skeptical. And when I took it and it worked immediately, I knew that these guys were onto something, because that's it, right? Like you could send, you know, vitamins to somebody and it could be the best vitamin in the world, but it's going to take time for your body to get used to that and to see the results. And when we're in network marketing and we have the option, when Costa explained what he called an impact product. So if somebody takes something and we can send it out as a sample and say, just try this, you know, I've been doing it to my neighbors like candy, just try this for a few days and let me know what you think with the brain. And then they go, well, shoot, I was about to say the S word there. Like, I need more of this after 3 days. They know how they felt on the 4th. And I'm like, that is key. Because if somebody feels it right away, it's going to have that impact. And I thought, oh my gosh, like it's the first thing that I've seen like this. There's nothing like this out there. So that was why.
Yeah, that's really, I mean, that was really important for us. All of our products that we formulate are instant impact, where you don't have to wait 30, 60, 90 days to see the difference. The only product really that takes a little bit of time to really see is our youth, even though because of the F7 in it, you can feel that nitric oxide boost. It's not like our other products, but this is so good that people will still purchase it. And that's really key is we don't have time, especially people's attention span, to wait that long for them to catch attention. And so I've loved it because we have people in our life that have had tremendous difference on it. Our assistant got off of her sleep meds because of Xleem, which is really, really huge. Incredible, really, really huge. So I could go on and on about personal testimonies, but one thing I love about our products, our company, is we really have something for everybody. Whether you're looking to make an extra $200-300 a month just to be able to pay for gas and rising prices of toilet paper and groceries, or if someone's wanting to replace their income, we've got that. Or if someone really wants to build incredible wealth, make tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars every month, we have a place for you as well. But what I really love about how our compensation plan is set up is whether you are a team builder or you are a retailer, you can make that kind of income here, building a team or retailing. And so we've got a component for just our retailers. And so there's 2 parts to our retailing component. So the first part is what we call Strive for 5. And the Strive for 5 is really designed for people to gather new customers. So anytime you gather 5 new customers in any calendar month, you're going to make $50. So 5 customers is $50, 10 customers is $100, so on and so forth. So for every 5 customers, what's great about that as a business builder is people are constantly reaching for that next multiple of 5 and just stretching themselves to get to that next 50. So that's for brand new customers, gathering customers. But one of the things we want people to do is we want them to encourage them to get on our V-Fill program, which is our auto refill program.
So this is where, you know, really creating real residual, creating a portfolio of customers comes into play. For every 5 customers you have on V-Fill, the auto ship program, you're going to pick up an extra $100 on those reorders that are on V-Fill, right? So every single month on those same 5 customers, so that's $1,200 a year in residual, passive. 10, 200 goes to 2,400. Now, when it jumps up to 20 customers, it goes to $500 a month. That's $6,000 a year. Well, all of that's based on 1 box orders. What if they were on 2 boxes? All those numbers double. If they were on 3 boxes, all those numbers triple. So you can see it's really a great way for someone to create some strong residual income just on the retailing side and for maintaining a portfolio of customers.
The other thing that the company did, and this is what I love about Jeff and Costa being distributors at heart, is they added a customer loyalty program that encourages customers to stay on VFill. So when a customer gets on VFill, they're going to get 10% off of their products. When they've been on VFill for 6 consecutive months, they get 15%. After 9 months, they get 20%. And after 12 months, they're at 25% discount. So, and that's for life. So that just really encourages our customers to stay on our VFill program. But if you're more like us, more like Kristen and Deanna, and you love sharing an incredible business with people, we've got a way for you to make all sorts of money with our business. Now, we're not going to go into all of the details. We're just going to give you like a really high level overview. If you want the details, we've got a full member rewards plan that describes every single thing in great detail, and you can get that from whoever invited you. We also have a detailed video. If you're more of an audible learner, you can watch the video on that. But at a really high level, anytime you sign up a customer, anytime you sign up a member, you're going to get a referral bonus based on the volume of product that they purchase. Then as you move into leadership, you're going to get paid what's called a royalty matching bonus. So on the people that you personally bring into the business, and the people they bring into the business, and the people they bring into the business, 3 levels, whenever they get a team commission, and that gets paid out every week, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, you're going to get a percentage of that team commission every single week. Now, as you move up in leadership, the number of leaders that you get matching bonus on increases, as well as the percentage of that matching bonus also increases.
And then we have lifestyle bonuses that are paid out weekly. So as you start hitting various ranks, the first rank being star, that pays out $125 a week. So that's about $500 a month, right? So normally what companies would do, they would do a car program, but we're really big on not asking our members to go into debt for anything, whether it's a lease, whether it's a loan. So we just said, listen, it's your cash, you do what you want with it. It goes all the way up to the highest rank of 5-star that pays out $2,500 a week. But literally you can do whatever you want with this money. It's just going to go in your wallet, put a kid through school, put groceries, buy a house. It's your call, it's your money. On the global volume share, this is really for those that are persistent and consistent that get to 5-star, which is our top rank. They're going to earn a percentage of the entire global volume share. They're going to share that with the other 5 stars every single quarter that they qualify for that. But then for everybody, and Jeff and Costa were very huge on this, and as well as we were, we wanted something in writing that told our members that they could retire here. Meaning all you have to do is stay active and qualified for 5 years in 1 day, and you can elect to retire. And what that means is whatever your organization produces weekly, you'll continue to get paid it, and you'll have 0 responsibilities and 0 requirements to stay active. Now, a lot of companies will talk about, hey, retire here, you can walk away. But what usually happens is there's a discount or something worse. So we really are sincere about this. Now, I don't think we're going to see anyone do it in the first 5 years, but maybe, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, we'll see somebody do it. But it really is nice to know that you have that in writing day one. We're not playing games with it. Our customers, they cannot earn income, but they can get free product by referring customers every single month.
Now, one of the greatest parts about our compensation plan is our
Mary.
Yes.
Mary, do you mind if I just interject for 1 second? Because I know kind of the background of the comp plan that we're coming from. I just want to say one thing, if I can, just before we move on, is that the bottom line is we are used to what's called a uni level, right? So we've got our line 1s, 2s, 3s, down you go. And that's the way we get paid, right? Plus we start at like a 25% commission. So it's what I want you guys to understand, as though it might seem like, oh my God, and bonuses and all of these things, is that once I started unseeing that in my journey, I couldn't unsee it. Okay. So we have that too. We have what's called a hybrid, and Mary's going to get into that. But what you need to know right now is that you're paid exactly. It's very similar to what we are now, down to 7 levels. Plus all these other things, like to dumb it down, right? Like, I think that's where I was really going, holy moly, right? Like we have one way of getting paid, and there's so many different options out there. Here, I think, I don't know if it's 5 or 6, it's insane, right? But I want you to just wrap your head around that. So it's the same with getting that commission on who you're signing up or what you're selling, but what they're talking about is all in addition to that. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of clarify, because I was like, this is too good to be true. It doesn't make sense, right? But this is once I started looking at comp plans, this is very common. So I'll leave you with that. And Mary's going to explain the best part now.
Yeah, that's great. Honestly, when we were looking at companies, we had a set of criteria that we were looking for. And then because Costa was our friend, he was already in retirement, he wanted to find a great company for us, because all those years that we had been friends, he always told us, you guys should be making more money. You guys should be making more money. And one of the things was his criteria was he wanted us looking only at companies that had either a binary comp plan or a binary unilevel hybrid comp plan, because he understands comp plans. He's designed compensation plans for 11 different companies. And the math is the math, right? If the math doesn't work, you cannot make the kind of money that you want to make. And only in a binary compensation plan does the math work to make some really, really big money. Can you make great money in unilevel comp plans? Absolutely. We did. Deanna has, Kristen has, and all that. And those are great comp plans. But a binary or a binary hybrid is just a superior comp plan. It just allows the company to pay out much more money to their distributors who are working hard. We want to reward those people. So one of the things that I love is you're only building two teams here. You're going to build a left team and you're going to build a right team. Only two teams forever and ever. Now, the beauty of that is if you're someone who is a super strong team builder, you get to bless your whole team. So just imagine, let's just say, for example's sake, you've sponsored 50 people personally. In a unilevel, you would put them all direct to you, front line. And the only people who benefit from that person coming in is you and your upline. Okay. In a binary situation, those first two people, you were going to put 25 here and 25 here, but those first two people you put in, you get to bless them with 24 other people, 24 on this side, 24 on this side. The next two people you put in, you get to bless them with 23 others and 23 others. The next two people, you get to bless them. So anytime you sign somebody up at the bottom of your left leg or at the bottom of your right leg, everybody above them gets blessed. All that volume rolls up. That's what we call spillover enrollment. Now, let's say you or someone on your team, they're not super strong team builders. It might be an area that you've struggled. It might be an area of challenge. What's beautiful about this compensation plan is you get to be the beneficiary of that spillover enrollment. So your sponsor, when they sponsor someone, they got two options. They either put them underneath you on your team or put them on the other team. The next time they sponsor someone, they got two options. Put them again underneath you on your team or underneath your other team. The next person they sponsor, same thing. 50% of where they sponsor people has to go underneath you on your team. That's how the binary works. Now, the amazing thing about the binary is how that gets paid. So let me show you this slide real quick. So this is a very busy slide, but I just want you to focus on the people, okay? So let's just say, for example, you brought on Helen, okay? You brought on Helen, and Helen brought on James, and James brought on Kristen, and that's pretty normal, right? But your sponsor brought on Kate, and Kate brought on William, and Kate brought on Holly. You wouldn't have Kate, William, and Holly in a unilevel organization. You have it because that's spillover. Okay, how our team commission works is when you have 400 in volume on one team and 200 volume on the other team, then that generates what we call a cycle. And for every cycle, you get paid $30. So if you had 4,000 BV on one team and 2,000 BV on the other team, that's 10 cycles, that's $300 you get paid that month. But what's interesting is all the volume, of course, that Helen, James, and Kristen do, that all counts towards your volume, but also the volume that Kate, William, and Holly do forever, not just the first time they sign it. It's every single time they sign up a member or a customer. That volume counts towards your team commission. Now, the exciting thing about it is we get paid out every single week and the volume never flushes. So as long as you're active, if you have all this volume on one team and a little bit of volume on the other, we're going to pay out all the volume on commissions. And then whatever's left, we carry that over to next week. And then next week, whatever happens next week, we pay you out your commissions. Whatever's left that hasn't gotten paid out, we carry that over to the next week. So you never wake up on Monday morning after the end of a pay cycle at 0 and 0. I mean, that is the most, I don't know about you, but that is the most defeating thing to end a month and start at 0, especially after you push. And what I love about how this compensation is that there's not that month end push, like the franticness of the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, trying to make something happen. Everybody, it's a consistent weekly thing that we're all doing and running for.
And then obviously us coming from a unilevel, you're typically only just paid through, like I said, 7, maybe 12 levels. But you've got somebody that, whether you personally sponsor on level 1 or 1,000, or someone you didn't even personally sponsor and they're on level 2,000, it doesn't matter. It's all worth the same to you. That volume is worth the same to you as if it was on level 1. So it really creates a strong Velcro where everyone's got a vested interest in everyone's success because they're all building together.
Yeah, I love that. I remember being in our previous company. We only got paid in 7 levels, and we had a lot of leaders that were on level 10, level 12. We were with that company 13 and a half years. We had people on our level 20 that we worked with that we didn't get paid a dime for, but because they're in our organization, it's the right thing to do. And we didn't get paid for that, and we still did it. Well, in this compensation plan, you're going to get paid for that. It's going to count towards your commissions, which is really, really amazing. Now, a couple of things that we added to our business that I absolutely love is the fact that we can actually check out with Sezzle. So just like any other company, when you go to the checkout process, your customers or your potential members, they can check out with credit card just like everybody else. They can also choose to check out with Bitcoin, which right now, we're moving all towards cryptocurrency globally. They also can choose Sezzle. So Sezzle is a buy now, pay later program. So when you check out with Sezzle, what it will do is it'll take you to the Sezzle site. You'll set up an account with them, and Sezzle will split up your payments into 4 interest-free payments. So I love that our people have the option of doing that just to manage their funds, and they can get started with whatever package they want to and still be able to stretch that as well. So pretty exciting things. I want to give Deanna a little bit of a chance to share a little bit more about some of the things that really had her decide on Velovita, right? I mean, because I know you looked at a bajillion companies. What were the final things that had you decide to come here?
Oh gosh. Okay. So just so you know, I'm just totally off the cuff here, but I wanted to do that overview to let you guys know those 4 things. So one of the things, obviously compensation plan is an easy one. So you guys know that I've done very well here and all those types of things, but what really was on my heart, and this is weird having you actually in front of me talking about it. And you guys know I was emotional on that trip. I mean, it's been really tough on my heart to watch people struggle. Okay. So one of the things that's particularly challenging in a strict unilevel is those hoops that we have to jump through, for example, on our first line. Okay. So having the 2 directors, the 4 directors, the 7. So there was, for a lot of you guys that are on this call, a lot of struggle with that, right? And hitting those ranks. It was also getting a little bit tougher for the brand new person in terms of simplicity that is so vital in this business for someone to be able to come in, share their love for something, make, a bit of an income, right? But what we have right now is the opportunity for something that's sustainable, right? So each and every month we would be going out and hustling our tails out. What we have built in truly what I've learned to realize is really a retail model, right? We're selling clothing, which we love, but we're really month after month doing the parties and things to get those customers. Whereas here, what if we are able to love on our customers, have them fall in love with a product that you can't get anywhere else, that's really cool, and then they love it so much that they stay with you and they're ordering it over and over. Okay. So people right now, especially after the pandemic, I truly believe it's part of what's happening right now in the industry that I'm just going to say it, parties are tough. Yes, we're going to do different health events and things, but it's very different from what we're used to. And I think people want more time with their families. They want to be able to plug into a system that's sustainable, because what's going to happen is if you do the work and you help those front lines, especially helping people make the transition, if they are making a solid $300 a month, $500 a month passively, they're not going to leave. Right? Like if you're passively, you have happy customers even that are making that, like the stickiness of our team will have a much greater effect. Whereas right now, in order to keep going, we're asking them to do more parties, more time away from their family. Okay. So that was vital. That was why I knew as soon as I started, it had to be consumable and it had to be powerful. Okay. But it's the other things too. I mean, I know that when you hear them talk about Costa Gara, I feel through what we've been through, particularly having a really close proximity and a really special relationship between a CEO that I can sit with at a lunch for over 2 hours that drove me in his personal vehicle. This is a man he's very bougie. He's very funny. He's very quirky. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
you can.
No way, because I don't care about that stuff, but it was his heart. Like he sat there and made me feel so calm, because I don't think we realize that the power of that, having somebody, because if something needs to be changed, right? If we're struggling with something as reps, we need to be heard, and we need to be heard quickly, right? Because otherwise we're going to lose people and there's going to be more challenges, and it doesn't need to be that way. So when they're talking about his background experience, we're talking about somebody who has built in the field himself. So he knows what it's like to be in our shoes, and who teaches, right? Like a CEO who actually gets on. I want to learn how to build an international market. I want to learn how to do things that have not even been in my realm of possibility here, because we need that level of leadership for us to be able to raise that bar and that ceiling. Okay, so there's that. And then hold on, I was going to think of one more thing while you're talking. I think it was just, I'm going to think of it. But when I talked with Mary, and there's a piece of it that I feel so protective over our community and the culture. And I'll tell you, I've had the opportunity to sit with multiple CEOs. You guys saw me on planes. I haven't even shared that story. My whole life is flipped upside down. This is so crazy. But like, you could tell very quickly who are your people and are not your people, and who our team would mesh with. Like, I'm getting chills. And like, I remember you, Mary, just like leaning in, and you're like, what's on your heart right now? And I was like bawling. Like, she was the only person that really took the time to ask me about who you guys were. What is the culture of our team? What have we built? Who is your family? What makes you tick? Like, it's just next level. It was the closing factor. Like, I already knew all of the things about Costa and the fanciness of Bella Vita, but it was that piece that I think is very important for this team. And I know everyone says their community and culture is the best. You guys will be blown away by our leadership. So anyways, okay, I'll stop. I could talk about this forever because I haven't had a chance to talk.
No, I love that. I mean, our mission statement as a company is to create an ecosystem of education, inspiration, and life enrichment. And we are true to our mission statement through and through. I mean, Richard and I, this is our mission field. I mean, we're people of faith, but God didn't call us to be missionaries, like, thank God, because that's not my thing. But we love loving on people and raising up leaders in the marketplace. And I think one thing that's really distinct for Richard and I is, a lot of times people get into leadership in network marketing because they're able to produce a particular result. But they don't actually have any kind of leadership skills. Like, they've never been poured into that way. They've never been exposed to it. And leaders that have a really great heart, they go and they seek out whatever they can seek out. I heard Deanna say, I've been getting coaching and everywhere to get people to the next level. And that's what great leaders do. And then the other types of leaders that are not great leaders just rule with an iron fist. And I'm sure you may have had that experience as well. But Richard and I met in a leadership development program over 20 years ago. And so that is our passion. We have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in our own personal growth, leading and training people. And so one of the things that we shared with Deanna is, when leaders like Kristen and Deanna come and look at companies like ours, any other network marketing companies, you guys would be amazed at how much money companies throw at them. They're like, promise them the sun, moon, and stars. They promise them this, what's called bridge money. We elected not to do that at Bella Vita. We will give them, certain privileges and access, which is what leaders need, but they're typically accustomed to having money thrown at them. And one of the things Kristen says, I don't want any money. I don't want any bonuses. I know you guys are leadership development, and I know you did this amazing leader at retreat, which we call leader advances, because my personal opinion is leaders do not retreat, we grow in advance. So we call them leader advances here. She said, I want you to do a leader advance for my emerging leaders when it's time. And so we scheduled it. We just had it last weekend. Was it just last weekend? Yeah. Oh my gosh, feels like eternity ago. This is last weekend in Miami. I'm drinking out of our leader advance cup. So that's our emerging leaders. We always do something customized for that advance. So Deanna asked for the same thing because she loves you guys so much. I love leaders that will invest in their people, that will forego their own benefits to pour into other leaders. So we're going to do that leader advance in November. I think it's the second or third weekend in November. And we're going to do that. I think we're looking at Florida. So I'm sure you Canadians will be ready for some sunshine and some pool time. But we'll let you know what the qualifications for that will be when we get closer to that event. But just know, I love Deanna's heart that she wants to make sure that you guys are set up, because that's our people. Like that is, I get goosebumps, because what we're looking for is, we're not just looking for people, we're looking for our people to really grow a great community. When you got leaders with great heart, it bleeds into the whole community. And I'll tell you, we're not just about you making money here. We're about you making money, but having a great life. I'm just going to warn you, once you get up in leadership in our organization, I will be all up in your business. You will have a great marriage. You'll have great family life. And we are really true to that, because we are so committed for ourselves and our family. But I just want to go over a couple of other things. Did you have something you wanted to add?
I did. I wanted to tell them a little secret that nobody else knows that we got yesterday.
Oh, is that for sure yesterday? Because Costa said it's maybe, but it wasn't positive.
Well,
he said by the end of the week.
By the end, yeah, by the end.
Okay,
go ahead. So these three products, right? These right here, Youth, Zleam, and Brain, they've all been approved with Health Canada. Okay, so we start that process very early on. Our fourth one is within about a week of being approved. By the end of next week, it should be in its final approval phase. So that's good to know that you have product. Health Canada is not easy to get through to get approved. And so when we formulate like they're going to get approved. And so we actually are true to our word when we do that. So just want you guys to know, no one else knows that.
Yeah, and Costa has connections in Canada, so he's able to get stuff pushed through a little bit faster to make stuff happen, which is, I always say it's always nice to be Costa Guerra, but it's nice to be associated with Costa Guerra. So last couple of things I want to share with you. So we have, when you start in Velovita, all it costs to start as a member is $49.95. That's your annual vCloud membership. So that gets you access online, it gets your website, it gets you your free Velovita Vibe app. And that's all access. And on the Vibe app, I'm going to tell you, we have the best videos that you can send directly to people. Anything in the media library, graphics, you can just send to anybody. You can send it through WhatsApp, through Messenger, through Line, through text messaging, through email. So great platforms. And then each package that you start at is all customizable. It's based on volume. So you can decide what products you want. If you want all collagen, you can get all collagen. If you want a mixture, you get a mixture. It's all customizable. But each level sets you up for getting bigger bonuses when you sign up new members. That's the only differentiator. But no matter what level you start at, if you start at apprentice, you can work your way all the way up to ambassador by buying and or selling the difference. Now, we always recommend that people start at least at the promoter level, because at the promoter level and higher, the $49.95 membership is included in your first year. So all of your money actually goes to product. Plus, at the promoter level, it's enough BV that it covers all of our products. You'll get every single product, so all 4 of the products. Now, one of the things we did special for Deanna's entire team, so anybody that comes into this team, anyone who comes in at the promoter level or higher, we're going to bump you to the ambassador level. So you're not going to get the extra product, but you're going to be able to immediately get paid as an ambassador. And that's forever. That's not just one time. That's not just this month, but anyone who comes in between now and tomorrow night at midnight is going to get that bump up from promoter to ambassador. Now, the other thing I want to let you guys know is really timing is super important in our business, especially in our profession. And all companies go through this graph, like all companies go through it. And every company starts at the bottom left-hand corner with no time in business and no revenue. And every company goes through that kind of formulation stage where they're just formulating the company, all the kind of boring stuff, like where are we going to manufacture, what are the policies and procedures, all that stuff. Very little sales happens during formulation. And then once all that's ironed out, the company moves into concentration. And it's concentrated effort focused on getting the word out about the products and about the opportunity. And then a little bit more sales happens during concentration. But when enough of the right types of leaders jumps into the business, then the company hits a very special moment denoted by that circle.
Everything, it's, pressures all the way up to that moment where you have that tipping point, right? And it does require enough of the right people that are really building the culture, building the brand. But going into momentum is so critical because it's where you get paid beyond your efforts, because it's really like riding a wave, right? And so in that phase, you've got 5, 7, 10. We've seen companies make it last much, much longer. But every great company is going to move into stability. We've seen them out there. They're 20, they're 25 years old. They pay their people well. They function well. But the kind of money that you can make, in momentum is just not possible in stability. And when Mary and I were looking for a company, we were looking for a company that was somewhere between 2 and 5 years old. Those are all the companies that we looked at with Costa. We were not looking for a startup because I know there's a lot of risk and bumps and bruises with a startup, especially in this space. But when Costa said he was going to start it, I had enough time with that man till I knew how he was going to run it. I knew where the capital was coming, and I knew the manufacturing. We knew all those things. So the risk of how that was going to be ran, how it was going to be led, was completely mitigated, right? So we already had that time invested. But momentum is that special point where we're all working towards right now. There's teams right now that think they're experiencing momentum, and I said those are just blips. We're not there yet. We're getting closer and closer. But I'm telling you, you'll know it when it happens. So you're definitely in the right place at the right time, especially with Canada, right? Canada is wide open, and we do things better in Canada than even some Canadian companies, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're thinking about this, typically I find that people are in one of 3 categories. Some of you would say, I'm a category A, I'm all in, quit talking, let me sign up already. And just reach out to the person who invited you onto this Zoom, ask them to send you their website, and you can get signed up right away. Super simple and easy. Some of you would say, I'm a category B, I like it, but I have some questions I have to get answered. That is okay. We're going to get all your questions answered. I'm going to be on for a little bit longer so that people can ask questions directly, but get all your questions answered quickly rather than slowly so you can get in. And then some of you would say, I'm a category C, I want to be a customer. This sounds like a great business, not for me. That's okay too. We have a 10-to-1 customer to member ratio. Out of every member, we have 10 customers. We have customers that are raving fans that absolutely love our products, and we'll take all the customers we can get. And I can tell you right now, you want to get started sooner than later, because the person who invited you, they got 2 open slots, one on the left, one on the right. And the longer you hesitate, the bigger that organization grows. So you might think I'm going to lose 2 or 3 slots. Well, 2 or 3 slots may not seem like a lot, unless the second or third person is a Deanna or a Kristen or a Kim or a Kara. Then those 2 or 3 slots could cost you hundreds to thousands of people in volume that could have been placed underneath you, but actually is going to be above you. So timing is very, very important. We're all going to build this together. And for those of you who decide to come on board, let me be the very first to welcome you to our Bella Vita family. And before we end, Deanna, any last things you want to add?
No, I'll just a huge thank you. I mean, this is a perfect example of next level, right? So we do our opportunity calls. It's me doing them. This is a perfect example of an opportunity call, okay? Where we're plugging into a system. Like, I just really think about that for a minute. I just know a lot of you are already in already, and you can already feel that level up, right? Like, I knew I had to strategically partner myself with people that have an amazing heart and are well beyond what little Deanna in Caledonia, Ontario has done. Okay. So I hope you feel that. I hope you all feel like ready for that kind of next level, because it's coming. I know it is. I already know this is, it's done energy, right? So thank you so much for doing this for our team and for doing the one tomorrow. You guys are just incredible. So thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. It was great having you.